I'm Shannon Walsh. 10% of all diagnosed cancers are inherited. For someone with a strong personal or family history of cancer, genetic testing can help reduce the risk and increase chances of survival. Here to explain is Selvi Polnupan, a genetic counselor at Northside Hospital. Selvi, thank you for being with us. What is hereditary cancer?
Well, most cancers are actually not hereditary, but about 5 to 10% of cancers are hereditary. Hereditary means that you're inheriting a non-working gene from either your mother or your father, and that is increasing your risk of developing cancer.
Is the same gene that's responsible for breast cancer also a factor in GYN cancers such as ovarian?
Yes. So most people know about the BRCA genes or have heard about the BRCA genes, the BRCA1 and BRCA2 genes. It increases the risk for breast cancer, but it also increases the risk for ovarian cancer.
So if you test positive, what does it mean?
If you test positive for one of the BRCA genes, then you have an increased risk of developing breast cancer. Most women have a lifetime risk of developing breast cancer, which is 12%. But if you inherit a mutation in one of the BRCA genes, then your risk of developing breast cancer is up to 87%. Now, your risk for ovarian cancer is also increased up to about 40%, depending on whether you're BRCA1 or BRCA2 positive.
How do you know you're at risk?
Well, it's important for you to consider genetic testing if you've had breast cancer under the age of 45, if you have had ovarian cancer at any age, if you have a family history either on your mother's side or your father's side of early onset breast cancer. So if you've had two aunts on either your father's side or mother's side under the age of 50 with breast cancer or ovarian cancer, it's important for you to think about testing. It's also important to know about your ethnic ancestry. People who are of Ashkenazi Jewish ancestry are at an increased risk for carrying a mutation in one of these BRCA genes. And also, if you have a family member who's tested positive, it's important for you to consider genetic testing.
What about colon cancers? Are they hereditary?
Yes. In certain families, colon cancers are hereditary. There's a condition known as HNPCC, or hereditary non-polyposis colorectal cancer syndrome. In these families, there's an increased risk of developing endometrial cancer or uterine cancer, as well as colon cancer and gastric cancers. So if you have a family history of early onset colon cancer or endometrial cancer, it's important for you to have an evaluation for this condition called HNPCC.